What's up guys, my name is Broke, and today I'm bringing you all an update to my Vehicroid deck. I personally love the deck, especially since Cyrus is my favorite character. Uh, but I've always been experimenting with the deck, and this is what I came up with. The deck is much better, especially after the newest piece of support we got out of Brothers of Legend, and this is what I got for you today. So without further ado, let's get into the video. First of all, we have to play 3 Dragonoroid. Dragonoroid is amazing, easily the best monster of the deck, main deck I mean. This is an incredible card, and I love that we got some support for the deck because it was much needed, and this makes everything much easier because it's a searcher. Moving on, 3 Expressroid. Other than Dragonoroid, Expressroid is an amazing card because it helps you with your recursion plays, and overall is a great card, especially later in the game where you are grinding and need some ways to plus, and it's a great way to do so. Next up, I have 3 Mixeroid. This card can win you games by itself in the graveyard, and honestly I just love it because it can just tribute itself, and for example if you have another special summon Expressroid and then get it back to your hand, this is why I love it. Moving on, for the one-offs, I play the 1 Ambulance Roid, 1 Submarine Roid, the 1 Stealth Roid, 1 Drillroid, 1 Steamroid, 1 Gyroid, 1 Trackroid, and the 1 Rescueroid. The reason why I play all these monsters is because we need them as materials for our fusion summons, and by themselves some of them can put up a great fight, and I honestly love seeing them sometimes because it's fun to play. Now for the spells, I have to run 3 fusion deployment. This card is surreal. It's basically an extender, and it can win you games by itself because you special summon the right piece that you need from the deck, and then you can go into a fusion summon or even attack for game. Now as for the main fusion spell of the deck, 3 Power Bond. I love this card, it's amazing. It's worth every life point that you will have to pay at the end of the turn. It's a game changer by itself, and I think that it's a must-have at 3. Now as for the other spell that I run at 3 is Future Fusion. The reason why I run this card at 3, even though it's pretty slow and it will more often than not get negated, is because we run Mixeroid, and we can use Future Fusion to target one of our monsters with which requires many materials. For example, where is it? Wait a second, I will find it. Barbaroid, and then we will send the materials to the grave, and even if it doesn't go through, Mixeroid will activate its effect in the graveyard and can fusion summon using the materials in grave. Moving on, I ran 2 Megaroid City. I've come to love this card because it can search you cards, and you can do some pretty slick combo with this card, honestly, and I think that it's a great addition to the deck overall. Next up, 2 Vehicroid Connection Zone. It's the field spell of the deck, and I love running the cards that come with the deck and not the generic ones, simply because it's more fun that way. If you want, you can replace it. Now for the one-offs, I ran the 1 Monster Reborn, 1 Machine Duplication, 1 Limited Removal, 1 Polymerization, 1 Instant Fusion, and the 1 Foolish Burial Goods, and I'll explain why in just a second. Now for the traps, I ran 2 Emergeroid Call. Other than the fact that this card is an Omni-Negate, it has some pretty slick recursion plays that you can do with it, so that's why I run the Foolish Burial Goods, because it can just banish itself and add back a Roid monster from your graveyard. So you send this with Foolish Burial Goods, and if you need something in your graveyard, you can then get it back to your hand. Now for the rest of the main deck, I run the one Supercharge, because it's pretty fun to play, not that great, and the one Wonder Garage, because if you can pull off the combo where you pop this using the field spell, then you can both special summon and search a card, and I think that that's awesome, and I love it, honestly. Also, it's a bait for spell and trap removal. Now for the extra deck, I run the one Super Vehicroid Jumbo Drill. Pretty self-explanatory. This is the boss monster that Cyrus used, and I love this, honestly. 2 per Vehicroid, they can attack directly and can also be used as fusion materials for the next card that I am about to show you, and it is the 2 Super Vehicroid mobile base. Excuse me, they got stuck in between. So yeah, I ran also 2 of these because you can use the Vehicroid, for example, you can get to it through instant fusion, and then if you have another material, then you can go into this guy, who is a great card, and it's printed as a common, so it shouldn't be hard to get, honestly. Moving on, the one Ambulance Rescueroid and the one Steam Gyroid are basically there because Cyrus used them, and I think that it's fun to have them in the extra deck, and as a result I have the monsters that are required to get this on the field in the main deck. Now, as for the rest of the Roid fusion monsters, I have the one Stealth Union and the one Barbaroid. You usually want to go into Barbaroid, but this card is super slick as well and can pull off some great combos and can win you the game sometimes. Now for the rank force, I have the one Redoer and the one Tornado Dragon. Each card serves a different purpose, and I love both of them equally, because Tornado Dragon helps you deal with back row decks, which this deck struggles a lot, and the Redoer can stall games. Now for the Link monsters, I ran the one Proxy of Magician as a way to fusion summon, the one Nightmare Cerberus, the one Nightmare Unicorn, and the one Nightmare Griffon are the rest of the extra deck. So yeah guys, that's it. I hope you all enjoyed. If you did, please consider liking the video, but I'm not going to push you into doing anything. So yeah, that's it. I'll catch you guys later.